Cisco.
Audio is recording.
All good, all good.
We need to do intro.
Yeah, it's the sun.
Okay.
Improv.
Yeah, improv intro,
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Ballier. Hi guys, I'm Ballier.
And I'm Bally B.
And welcome back to
Gastropod.
Yeah man. Today, it's the self-reflection, the interview of one another.
Yup.
Get to the nitty-gritty, the facts and the fiction.
Yeah, let's do the interview. Start, we gotta explore, dream, discover. Notebook. So question one. Start with you. Let me look through my files.
Okay.
Okay, we found it. Your favorite bad film. What would that be? We've seen many.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of bad films to be fair.
Let's see your favorite one.
Comes to mind immediately is the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Absolute
Good protect us.
garbage film. Many reasons.
My name is Om.
Awful. I don't know really of anything it does well.
And I'm the
other than
Avatar.
Being so bad that it's so funny.
It is hilarious, really and truly. They get everyone's name wrong.
Everything
There's not
wrong.
a single
So-
name they get right.
If you're a fan of the original series, as I know many people are, and of course its sequel series as well, you'll know the characters' names and how they're pronounced. I mean, you'd know that from watching the first episode, really.
Yeah.
It's Aang, it's Sokka,
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
but in the film, they never get it right. The whole time it's Aang, and
Yeah.
it's like Sukka or Saka or some shit like that. They fuck it up on every occasion. It's mental. I just don't know how so many professional people at such a high caliber could get it so wrong. Like, they must have watched it. They must have looked at the source material, and yet they still just fucked it so massively that it's so funny. And the effects and everything in it are amazingly bad as well. I think the main problem it faces is that it tries to take an entire season of a show which has time to elaborate on like complicated character traits and things like that, and you get to really understand the character, and it tries to compress that down into like a less than a 90-minute runtime. It's a really short film. I think it's like 75 minutes or something like that, and they just can't do it. You just don't care. Like, you barely even know who Aang is in the movie, whereas in the show you understand that he's really complex because he's obviously embodied with this power of the Avatar, but he doesn't really want that, and he doesn't want to have to kill people. He's a pacifist and things like that. And then, you know, by the end of the first season, you realise that things are going to have to change and he's going to have to grow up. I think he has like 25 minutes of screen time in the movie. Yeah, it's mental. But yeah, that would definitely be my favourite bad film. If you guys are bored, I think it's on Netflix at the moment as well.
Yes, yeah.
Check it out, especially even if you're a fan of the show, because I think you'll enjoy it even more because you know what the lore is and you know the story, and you just get to see how badly they managed to do it, and with such a huge budget as well. What a waste of money. Bad funny though, fucking hell. What is your least favourite item of clothing that you own, and
favorite.
why?
Least favorite?
Yeah.
Well, I do have this, these trousers
Mm-hmm.
I got off Zoffel. If anyone doesn't know,
Sponsor us, awful.
Zoff has some great drip. The
Yeah.
hoodie's amazing. I got
Yeah.
on Black Friday. I got 2 for £20.
Mhm.
High quality,
Yeah, decent.
comfortable. Some of them don't have pockets, which is a bit mad.
That's the only downside.
2021, there's no pockets in your hoodie.
You
It's a bit
need
crazy.
the pockets.
But yeah, anyway, least favorite item:
Mm.
these trousers.
Yeah.
They're white and they're black, like
Yeah.
camo vibes.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be something that it wasn't, but they're like too fluffy, they're massive.
Yeah.
They're like this wide, and that's just one leg.
We'll have to insert an image.
Yeah.
we'll both try them on, and we'll insert an image for you guys to enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, infamous trousers. That's the thing with Zaful and like these sort of like foreign wholesale
Mhm.
places. You really don't know what you're getting from the images. And Zaful sells some Like, credit where credit is due. They got some good hidden gems. But the
course.
majority of their stuff, garbage.
You have to spend a lot of time.
You gotta search.
You gotta go to page 68 to find it.
Yeah, but when you do find it,
It's worth it, and it's a great price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some of their drip is bare funny as well.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's awful. Let us know in the comments below if you enjoy a series where we put John in some awful clothing and, you know, you just sort of like see if you can pull it off or not. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Because John can pull off some weird shit that you just wouldn't expect. Like the high-vis hoodie.
The suit, I'm in pain.
There you go.
Have more alcohol.
Yeah.
That was mine. I had that for ages. I wore it once. It wasn't right. Sold it to John. He wears it every fucking day.
Yeah.
He pulls it off. I don't know how he does it.
It's a weird vibe he's got off.
Yeah.
I feel like the hair complements weird
Yeah.
drip as well.
For a man who doesn't really care about drip or like isn't actively involved in it, damn, he can pull off some mad shit. To be fair, credit where credit is due.
That's enough. We gotta explore and dream and discover because it's a notebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, question 2.
Uh-huh.
This one the fans want to know.
Oh yeah.
Your favorite YouTubers right now.
My favourite YouTubers right now. I watch a lot of different things on YouTube. You know, there's a wide variety of
Hella wide.
things that I enjoy. I think actual people that I consider YouTubers have to be cold ones.
Cider? He's gonna drink this. Finally, tropical punch. Dipsy bartender here, boys. Alright, just chill. Among Us.
Doing some great work, real funny shit.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's always entertaining, and they're sort of like the stuff they do is out there in the internet zeitgeist. You know, they know they bring back all these dead memes and shit, and it's just funny because I feel like when those two guys reached their popularity back in the day, that was when memes and things were just sort of coming into
The internet culture.
yeah, coming into the culture exactly, and they were there at the forefront with some of that shit, and now that they're kind of like historians of all that shit that happened. And yeah, it's just good to see them work, you know.
And they really have an ability to use a dead meme and it's still funny.
It's still funny, yeah.
Only a spoonful.
Only a spoonful, yeah.
Hilarious.
I don't know who else could do that.
Full. No, you can say only a spoonful. Okay, alright, go again. You ready? Hey, yo, dog, can I get some of that sludge? Yeah, man, but only a spoonful. It's me, King Bat!
But, yeah, I watch YouTube for a lot of different... There's this guy I rate called Marlon Bates, shout out. He makes fishing baits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's just very entertaining, you know, it's relaxing. I look forward to his videos when they're released. I mean, I don't fish, I don't really care about fishing that much. But when he catches a fish, damn, I'm fucking hyped. I'm like, damn, that shit, that's nuts. Sometimes he'll make a bait and he'll spend hours on it. And then the first cast gets fucking stuck on something, and then bam, it just breaks off. Ruins my whole day. I'm devastated for him and just in general.
Yeah.
It's just a dream.
He always knew he was gonna make it to the NBA.
Fuck,
It went
man.
in.
Swish.
And you believe it?
Not really.
Okay, second question is, what is your biggest turn off in a woman?
I'm hella lazy, not
Yeah.
motivated.
Hear that?
To just, you know, nothing's going on in their life.
Yeah,
Just kind of day by day,
yeah.
letting the world just take them like a leaf in the wind.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
they're not trying to bet themselves in
Exactly.
a way. Yes.
Let us see. Question number 3. Just an embarrassing moment. You know what? Go from childhood to recent memory.
Ooh, an embarrassing moment. There's been so many. Yeah, I do have an embarrassing good story as well. I'm younger than I am now. And,
Not really.
yeah, I'm 16. I'm new to the world, really. Yeah, and I just got out of a relationship with somebody, and during that relationship, I lost my virginity. You know, I was kind of on the prowl. So I suppose I have options now. Seeing what I could do with that. Anyway, I started talking to this girl, and the whole situation is kind of off because the way that we're talking to one another, it's like we were flirting and being suggestive and stuff, but it was all really like you had to read between the lines to see it, and it was fucking complicated, to be honest, to keep that shit going. But anyway, eventually it works out that she's going to come over, and I think that the plan is for us to have sex. I can't tell. I'm really not sure. I'm really like reading between the lines, but that's what my assumption is. And she pulls up, and then she's one of those girls who just doesn't talk. You know, a real quiet girl. She's nice and whatever, but real quiet. And we're like watching this film and stuff, and it's just the whole situation is awkward because we're together on my bed, and stuff it seems to progress, and then it just like recesses, and then it goes again, and then it just like recedes again, and this goes on for like no word of like hours, and eventually we get to the point where we are gonna have sex, and I'm like, shall I put a condom on? She's like, yeah, put a condom on. But there hasn't really been any sort of like foreplay or anything. So I mean, straight to it. And I mean, I'm trying to force a condom onto a non-erect penis, and then I managed to do it. I'm like semi-hard, and then I'm like, okay, you know, let's have sex. And she has these really tight, they're tights. She has tights on. She pulls the tights down a little bit. She doesn't want to take them all the way off, so I'm like, this is going to be really fucking awkward. So I'm like trying to maneuver her legs in a way that I can get to where I need to get, and it's just not happening. Eventually I managed to like force, not like in a rapey way, I managed to cram my semi-soft meat into her bun. Right. And the minute I managed to pull that off, I'm like, damn, this is fucked. I hate this entire situation. I hate my life. And then her phone rings, and it's literally on the side. I pass the phone to her, and she's like, hello? It's her mother. Her mum's like, oh, I'm parked outside. I want you to come out. It's time to leave. I've never been happier than that moment when her mum phoned and was like, I want you to leave, because it had just been so awkward and so uncomfortable, that whole situation. And when she went to leave, I didn't know whether to kiss her, to hug her, or go in for a fucking handshake. I don't even know what the situation was, but we hugged. And then I was like, you know, maybe we could try this again sometime. She was like, yeah, I guess. But then we never spoke about it again. But I then sat next to her for like 2 more years of college, and it never came up. We never spoke about it. We never acted like it ever happened. It was like it didn't. Sometimes I used to think, did it happen? Was it a nightmare? I just couldn't figure it out. It was such a weird one. And then the weirdest thing of the situation is a friend of mine then met up with her, I don't know, this maybe like a year later, and almost beat for beat, this same exact situation happened to him. Almost like, when we were talking about it, we couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, so then you watched the movie? He was like, yeah. And I was like, and then this stuff started progressing. He's like, yeah. And then he couldn't get it hard, and he was like, yeah, I fucking couldn't. And I was like, but you still got it in there anyway. He's like, yeah. And then her phone rang.
What the fuck?
Exactly. It's mental. Yeah, like I don't know if maybe she. I used to try and think that maybe she like sent a message to her mum saying like, this is awkward. Can you get me out of this? But at no point in time did she have her phone in her hand. Right. It's just complete coincidence, and it's mental. I mean, I felt so embarrassed. My friend who I spoke to, he said that he's never felt more embarrassed. And yeah, that's definitely the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
That's crazy. Beat for beat.
Beat for beat, yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Beat for beat.
Beat for beat,
crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, okay. Third question.
Number 3.
What, in your opinion, is the best way to die?